Welcome to Get Fact.
Oh, I left that a bit late, didn't I?
Oh, you left that a bit late there, Steve.
I've kept us muted
I
till last
started
minute.
panicking and I'm sweating here.
Yeah. It's like, I was never going to unmute it. How are you anyway?
I'm a bit tired today.
Are you tired?
Yeah.
Well, what have you been up to?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Tired in the house. The missus is away.
Alright.
Yeah.
As you say, I've been busy, haven't I?
You have?
We've got the podcast room set up.
Wow.
We need to decorate it. It might be a bit of a room echo until we get some soundproofing done. But we'll try and fix that later.
Well done, Steve.
Yeah, it's been alright. Do you know what I've not done?
What?
You know our factory set?
Yeah.
Well, I've got 3 fake ones and 2 real facts.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think that's enough. Is it 5? Between
no, we
2
need
people?
more than that.
We might have to stop like 5 to 6 and just quickly throw some facts on there for it. Get ready for them. Yep, today guests Ahku and Dana from The Death of Us. I don't know why I forgot that then.
And they're obviously close friends with Jonas Brenneman.
Yep. And they all live together. So that's how they know each other, and that's how they're all in that film together. Because it was based in that house. Mad story, isn't it?
Yeah, I've still not watched it all yet, but...
Right.
Yeah,
I have.
good film.
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good film.
I can't wait for the merch to decorate the room.
Oh, yeah.
The Death
I
of
hope we
Us.
get it. I hope we do get it.
Yeah, just a poster.
Have you had anything from Blue Nation in merch?
Blue Nation as well with that CD. I think once it comes a sign, I might put it in like a little frame or something. I suppose it on wall. Yeah.
Don't be hogging them all for yourself, though.
It's for the room. What do you mean?
I want some.
Don't be selfish.
I want to put them on eBay and earn some money.
Yeah, you want to sell them. Anyway, what have I got for you? Let's hand out. We've got 10 minutes. We've not got room for ChatGPT news. I'll do that afterwards, after the chat. Have you seen the robot rats and remote controlled moths?
What? Robot rats and remote control
Yeah,
moths?
so scientists have created these rats that are Earth rat,
Okay.
and they can control it.
So it's like a Robocop rat.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? But they've also got these moths, these massive moths, and they get the larvae. Is that what you say? Larvae?
Larvae, yeah.
Yeah. And they're putting the chips into the larvae's brain so that when it becomes the moth, they can then control it when it's a moth.
Wow.
And they're flying moths around with remote control.
And it's actually working.
Yeah.
Well,
That's mental, isn't it?
well that's...
It's a bit scary as well.
I think we're heading into dangerous territory there.
Yeah, well, what are they going to do to next? Like humans?
So I mean, as humans,
Yeah.
you know,
I suppose. I mean, that's not heading for a good outcome, really, is it?
not really.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I thought, how cool is that? I didn't think of the outcome of it.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be a good thing, but if it gets into the wrong hands,
Yeah.
as with anything,
One of them might have bit me the other day. My arm, I don't know if it's still swelled up, it bit me there. It's been all swelled up for the last 2 days. It's
what, a robot rat?
Might be a robot rat. That got me. But my arm swelled up, and it took like 2 days because it was like aching. It felt like someone gave me a dead arm. So I don't know what plague bug bit me, but it was horrible.
It was a Dell in the sleep.
Just had a chump off my arm.
Trying to stop you from snoring.
I do snore, you know. Do you?
Apparently I do. I don't believe her.
Yeah,
I know
see
she
videos,
does.
me.
She's terrible.
She sends videos.
She's a proper window rattler.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm bad, like she, every time I do go bad, she videos me and sends it me. This is you. That's what I have to try and sleep with. It's like a demon.
Apparently I do, because people say you snore more when you're lying on your back, but according to her, it's when I'm on my back, my front, my side.
I feel they're comfy on my back though, like Tutankhamun.
No,
Cross your arms and
on my
that.
front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to lie on your back here. Is it because I think something like your tongue or something falls back or something and covers your airway or something?
I think that's because of snoring, but apparently I do it on my front.
I've tried all sorts of tricks. Have you tried anything for snoring?
No.
Have you tried that strap?
No, because I don't snore.
Denying it. Well, I tried a strap where you put it round your head and put it under your chin and it keeps your mouth shut. Jesus Christ, I woke up with a sore jaw. I think I put it on too tight.
Some kind of medieval torture device, that.
Imagine if you wake up. Forget you've got it on. Yeah, but it's stupid because you can get like nose strips and stuff. What's that doing?
It opens up the nose. It opens up the nostril to let more air through.
But if your tongue's covering your throat all, that's what's...
Well, I don't know.
Maybe you need to get something that you can grab your tongue and put a weight in it so your tongue stares out.
Tube down your throat so it opens up your airwaves.
Like a drain pipe. Go sleep with a drain pipe down your throat.
Sounds like a foghorn when you start snoring.
I've got quite car heavy today with conversations. So, like, did you see that car that got picked up when it was parked on yellow line? Well, so the story is, it parked and there was no double yellow lines there. They've got a tow truck, they've picked up the car, put it on the back of the truck, sprayed 2 yellow lines and put the car back, and he got done.
You're joking.
Parking up double yellows.
Oh, no way.
How can you do that? And there's a video of him doing it. It's like, surely that's your defence.
Oh, yeah?
It's like they weren't double yellows till you sprayed them under me. And there's another story like that. There's a car was getting towed on the back of a truck and it got done for speeding. He got his reg plate on the car. He was on the back of a trailer. And he fuming, what do you mean?
God.
Like, who does that go to? Surely that gets passed on.
Oh, that surely you get that. No, you can't get done for that. Surely,
can you? It's not your fault. Talking about cars again. I told you it's car over this conversation. Have you ever hit any animals?
Yes.
That was quick. Yes. What have you hit?
I've hit a cat.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I've hit a seagull. That damaged my car, actually.
Christ.
And I hit a pigeon.
Yeah.
In flight.
Right.
That's it. Oh, and I've ran over a rat.
You've hit some animals, didn't you? I thought I was unlucky. I hit one the other day. A pigeon. You know, I thought it would move. I was driving towards it. And it was in the middle of the road. I thought, they normally fly away in time. And then I just hit it and linked in wind mirror, just feathers everywhere. Like, what?
Well, this pigeon,
move.
The pigeon I hit, it was in flight and it flew into my window, kind of like the bottom part of my window where my wipers are. It's kind of slid up the window. I was like, oh jeez, and then I looked in the mirror. There's feathers everywhere, but it was still flying because the car behind me nearly hit it, but it kind of flew off.
Yeah.
And then the seagull, I was going over the Runcorn Widnes Bridge, and it just flew down and it me front skirt,
right?
A car with the front skirt on it, and it hit that. Don't know what happened. Don't know if it survived or not, but it put a big crack in me skirt on me car.
What about the cat? How did that happen?
It just ran out. I hit it. It ran off. Thanks for that.
Just pushing your mic. It just seemed a bit quiet then on that.
So yeah, the cat ran off,
right.
And the rat. I was coming back from Yorkshire. 2 rats ran out of the road. Hit one of them. It pop.
Oh, it popped.
It popped.
Talking about tyres. They popped mine today. They seen your picture.
No.
My tyres today.
No.
Crikey. I'll show you now. So I went to the tip, got rid of some wood, to clear this room out. I looked at my tyres. Stairs to that. Looks like I was on drift tyres. So I was like, I'm going to have to
just reminded me I need to get 2 front ones.
Yeah, I went to go and change today. I thought,
not,
Jesus, it could have exploded.
I've got my MOT coming up.
Have you?
Yeah. So
didn't point anything out as well, if I get money out.
Any tiny little thing.
Yeah. Oh, that bulb's out. I don't use it. Don't care, get it changed. I knew we're going to have to stop. They're coming on soon, aren't they?
They will be.
We'll continue chatting about cars after this.
Cue the music.
Cue the music.
You want to sit over here? There's
No,
more
it don't
room.
matter. You could just.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
You fighting over chairs?
How's it going? How's it going?
You all right?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I forgot it was morning for you.
Good evening.
It is
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Trying to
Cheers.
get everything last minute.
Oh,
How are you today?
Amazing.
For both of you?
awesome. How you guys doing? How's
Yeah, we're
Liverpool?
Yeah, it's all right.
Wet and miserable.
Yeah. Got a thunderstorm
Quite
here.
miserable.
So it's evening time there, correct?
Yeah. 6 p.m.
Okay. 6 p.m. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Drinking time.
So what's going on, fellas? What's the word?
Yeah.
Talk to
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. Was excited to have you both on after watching a movie.
Yeah, we're
Brilliant.
excited as well. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that was awesome. You guys did that. Super
Yeah,
cool.
Jonas was saying that at first she was a bit like, we don't know about having a feature film type thing, and then you came around to it, and then eventually
Yeah.
ended up saying yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. It's getting the word out and just letting people know that we have a film out, being the fact that we don't have a machine behind us. So as an independent movie, we have to get the word out and network and let people know that we're here, grassroots.
Right. So what age was you both started acting?
Yeah, I've been acting since I was in the first grade. I don't want to age myself, but it was years ago. Stage plays in elementary school, and yeah, I've been doing that ever since.
Right. What about you, Dana?
Gosh, I've been doing it as long as I can remember as well. I started, I think professionally, I got really focused on it when I went to Lee Strasberg, and that's like a conservatory here in the States, here in LA and New York, and he like taught Robert De Niro and I think Marlon Brando and Marilyn Monroe and stuff like that. So I went to his conservatory. He's not alive anymore, but
Right.
and that was, I guess, 13.
Yeah.
So from there, I just kept advancing up.
Right. So in the movie, I noticed that you was riding a horse. Is that your horse? And how long have you known how to ride a horse?
I mean, kind of technically, because the horse was living with us at the time of the shoot.
Living with you?
we had- Yes, that's a real
How many
time
flatmates
movie. It's
have
a
you got?
documentary. Didn't you know? The movie's a documentary. I'm taking words from Ahku for sure, but yes, it's definitely a documentary. So those were our horses, and right now they're at a pasture in I think Kentucky, but that was our horse.
Right.
And I mean, and that was our street.
And about you, Ahku, what do you actually know about cars? Because you was an engineer, and you in the
About
movie.
cars.
Oh, I know that I know how to put gas in them.
Oh man.
Yeah, me and you are on the same wavelength there, because that's all I know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was the creators, Jonas and Anthony, they created these characters, and so when I found out, oh, he's a mechanic. Oh, okay, I'm a mechanic. So it was basically we had a car handy, and here we are. I got some tools and a couple of things, and I was able to transition into this Morgan character who knew all about cars, and the pandemic kind of put a hit on his business. So yeah.
Right.
Is the car still running?
I love the car.
Yeah. I don't want to go into it, but
I don't think the car used to be here, but now it's in a better place.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Ahku, are you missing music career?
Yeah. Although I took classes in college, and I grew up in the golden era, if you want to say, of hip hop, where I started off as a break dancer, and we did that, and then there's elements of hip hop, and so I kind of grew up in that facet of break dancing. I did graffiti, as far as, but not on walls, but I took a lot of art classes and would draw graffiti, and hip hop came about with rapping, where it kind of was just like a natural progression. And so friends of mine, we went to see a movie called Crush Groove, and we were so inspired that right after the movie, I wrote my first rap, and then my buddy, he had DJ equipment, ironically, and we were a group. And so it was just, you know, that first time you just fall in love with something, and it was so new. If you know anything about like the transition from the 70s to the 80s, the music, it was, hip hop was just something that was just brand new, and we couldn't understand what it was, but then we understood what it was. It was just braggadocio, brass music, kind of like when hard rock metal hit. It was like, oh man, that aggression and all that, and that's what hip hop was. So since a kid of 9 years old, I was writing raps, and then I went into the music business. My stepdad, who raised me, had a record company, and it folded, but you know, it was I was able to do a lot of touring, and this was back in the 90s, right? And then I started touring again back in like 2006 and 7 with a buddy of mine who we had a song on the radio. You know, Destiny's Child is Beyonce. You know, so we did a parody. So we did a song that was a parody of theirs. And it was they had a song called "Pay My Bills." And we did a song called "We're Not Gonna Pay Your Bills." So it kind of became a local sensation on the radio, and then later on we got a record deal, and then we started doing tours and everything. So it was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
So Dana, who do you look up at as an actor? Who inspires you?
Who do I what?
Who inspires you?
Me? Okay, can it be a man? Does
yeah.
Anybody
fine.
Want?
We're not sexist.
Dead or alive?
I think Christoph Waltz. I think that's his name, from Inglourious Bastards. That's how he says. He's amazing.
He's a fantastic actor.
And he was incredible in Django and stuff like that. It's just, he's just so captivating. He's definitely someone that inspires me as an actor.
Right.
Yeah, he used to do children's TV programs back in Germany.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
He's incredible. I believe when he smiles, you just like, you believe everything he's saying. It's just, and I really love Morgan Freeman. I have a lot of guys I really like. Acting. He's an awesome narrative. He gives the best. Knock on wood. No pun, Morgan. No. He gives the best narrative. So those are two of my top tiers.
Okay.
What about you, Ahku?
Who, me?
Who inspires you?
That's a good question.
You put him on the spot now.
Inspired. So well, no, because I had to think about it, because I draw from so many things. You know, art is the interpreter of the universe, is what I call it. And so art is from writing, drawing, animation, music, all these things. So I'm inspired by art in general. So like as a kid, one of my favorite movies growing up was, you know, John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, The Blues Brothers.
What?
Oh yeah.
I love that movie too.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And so, you know, when you have the music component, you know, they had rock and roll, they had, you know, country, they had all these elements in it. They had, you know, choir, singers, you know, it was the whole elements of music and art. And to this day, that's one of my favorite movies that inspired me to be a performer and a musician.
Yeah, it's got a lot of very influential singers in that film, hasn't it? Along with like Aretha Franklin, James Brown, Cab Calloway.
Thank you. Yes. So I can watch that movie today, all day, just have it on in the background.
For sure.
Yeah,
it's one of the best.
Yeah, it is. It really is. So that movie, I would say, was my biggest inspiration.
Have you seen Belushi Farms?
No.
That's a good one.
Oh.
Recommendations.
You learn something every day.
So Jonas mentioned that you was both given the opportunity to be producers yourself in that movie. What parts did you bring to the movie?
What did you say again? What
parts did you add to the movie?
Or ideas?
Ideas.
Oh, You gonna start? Or? Well,
Go ahead. I mean, if you want me to. Yeah. Well,
we did a lot.
Yeah. Well, I would say that, bringing, for one, I was a cameraman. So at times, when, Yo Nash was doing his parts, Dana was as well. It was bringing all these different elements of us together, the people that we had. I knew some people that I worked with, and I called them, and they were able to be a part of the project as far as some of the people that were in Dana's or Katie's, what was it, your group, was it your workout group?
My workout group,
reached out to a couple of buddies that were willing to be for instance, my man Jamil Wood Brown, he was a guy on the bicycle, the security on the bicycle. It was a buddy of mine. So There were just people that reached out. So that was my producer hat as far as reaching out to people, bringing them together, trying to get everybody on one chord. And if you know anything about bringing people together and trying to get them on one accord, it can be a little bit of a difficult task, because everybody has their
it was very challenging during COVID.
Along with COVID.
Yeah.
My people were like, no, it's COVID. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything.
Did any of you get COVID during filming?
No. We were quarantined. That film we were quarantined while we were shooting the film. And it actually really shows that, because also another character he's at his house, and then he says to Morgan, "Oh, just put the money." That scene. Put the money in the I got what is it? I put the money in
the
mailbox for you.
Oh yeah, right.
It's like he's not coming out. He's not coming out to take the money or anything or give Morgan a ride home or anything. And that was just sort of the general census during shooting. So we were pretty much in a bubble from that time period. And the people who were invested in the film were literally, they were kind of a godsend in a way, because a lot of people were just like, I even had some names, but it's just COVID was just scared everybody away. That's why at first we were kind of like, I don't know, is this going to work? And then Yo Nash was like, nope, we're doing this. And it just took off from there. The movie just took off. It just had its own wheel to turn.
Yeah.
And everything just happened organically as it should be. And I've always been the believer that, if a film is meant to be seen by audiences and stuff like that, it'll make it out there. We had challenges and obstacles, but it's still, now we've managed to show our fans and stuff like that the film that have been waiting for years to see it. So it's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm glad that it's on Amazon, because it makes it available to us in the UK. Makes it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I was so happy when Amazon picked it up, because I'm like, finally people can see it. But then Tubi picked it up, which was even awesomer, because now internationally people can see it. If they have a VPN and stuff like that, they can watch it that way, as opposed to very much in the States. And we knew a lot of people. Yo Nash is Czech, so it's like, he had family in Czech Republic, and it's like I have family in England and Germany, and as well as Ahku. So it's like we have friends and family overseas, and they couldn't watch it. So when Amazon picked it up, we're like, yes, Vudu, Tubi. So you can see on pretty much a lot of major platforms. It's still we're still branching out, but for international, I think Tubi and Amazon are the best bets.
Have you had any numbers back yet from Amazon?
A zillion people watched it.
Because Yo Nash said they've not given him any numbers yet. So
we're still waiting for that, actually.
Right.
Since it was released in March, right? Mm-hmm. So
it was released on St. Patrick's Day on Vudu.
Yes,
and
that's right.
What's amazing is I just want to have a moment to say thank you to all my friends and family and beyond, who has reached out to me, who was like, we're renting your movie, we're doing a party watch. I mean, it's, for me, it's like it's a testament of you never know who's watching
Yeah.
your progress and everything like that, where you think nobody's watching, and then here are two guys from the UK that's like, hey, we watched the movie and we want to interview you. Those things. It put you in an attitude of gratitude where you're really grateful, because making a movie to some is impossible. And that was the thing when Jonas used those words to me, like, it's possible, because I gave that to him years ago, pertaining to, wanting to work in our field.
Yeah.
And so when he came to me making this film, and I was like, how are we going to make a feature film during COVID? And then he's like, it's possible. I'm like, oh, you got me. So here we are 3 years later, being interviewed by you guys. Anything is possible, man.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys? Anything coming up? Anything in the pipeline?
It goes right back to, you never know who's watching. I had a director reach out to me as far as to play the leading role in his new feature film. And so we start shooting July 6, 2024.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
I'm possibly working on a new animation film, doing a voiceover. The director reached out to me recently, but can't talk too much about it. But those things like this film, Jonas and Dana and I, we talked about, like, this is a calling card for us. This film is a calling card just to show what we're able to do with what we had to work with.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so if Jonas, Dana, myself were given a chance to have a certain or a bigger budget, anything is possible. Once again, not to overuse that word, but it's like, wow, if we can do this on a shoestring budget, then imagine if, we really have something put behind us. And the capabilities and the possibilities. So I'm in the attitude of gratitude, fellas. Like, honestly, it's amazing this was something I dreamed about, moving to Hollywood from the San Francisco Bay Area, to dream about making a movie. And because of Dana and Jonas, I was able to be a leading man. I've worked in a ton of movies and television series, but I've never been a leading man. And so Jonas gave me that opportunity. Yeah. And Dana, she came through and made it possible that now the world sees our film based on her hustle and meeting different distributors and working with different distributors. And she gets out there and she lets people know, hey, we got a movie, you want to watch it?
I tell everybody. I get the guy or the girl at the tanning salon to watch my film. I get
yeah. And so, and because of her, the reason why we're talking to you along with Jonas, it's this movie for me, and I know I'm running my mouth, but I was telling Jonas and Dana when we were making this movie that if this movie doesn't inspire people it doesn't necessarily have to be a movie. It could be a podcast. It could be selling peanuts. But it shows you that if you got a team and you guys come together and you're on one accord, man, look at the possibilities, man. Seriously. I don't care where you live.
Yeah.
So how about you, Dana? What's in the pipeline for you?
I know Jonas has mentioned a horror film.
Oh, that's right. He actually oh my God, he's so excited, and I'm so excited about it, because Jonas is incredible. When he's inspired by something, he's inspiring, period. And then he'll get the job done. When this film is not possible without Jonas completely. He's very talented. And Anthony, of course, 100%. I love Anthony and I love Jonas because they're super talented. And they just really deserve much success, as well as everybody else in the film, because they are just truly, like, they're all heart,
No pun intended.
He's like a mate to me now, Jonas. He's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, it's out of the garage, but also Jonas is all heart, and they're just awesome, and that inspired me to want to work with them again. So I got the opportunity. I was working with the Pan-African Film Festival the last couple of years, just to get experience and get more like in and meet and network with people, and they've embraced me. And I'm actually working with the co-founder's son. Danny Glover is the co-founder, along with Babu and another lady, I forgot her name, and they hired me with their son, who's a co-founder, to produce some films. So they have a whole thing going on, and I'm going to produce a film with Jonas and Anthony and the co-founder. So I'm really excited about that, and let's just cross fingers that the strikes won't affect it too much.
Are you going to?
Yeah, we have the
act in
strike
that
that's
film?
going on out here right now.
Yeah.
As I'm sure it's made its way overseas to you guys, but so now we have the Screen Actors Guild along with the Writers Guild
Right.
striking.
Yeah.
And you know, we're not too far from the studios. We're here in Los Angeles in Burbank, and you know, we have Warner Brothers and Disney's right around the corner, and you see the picket signs every day, and you know, along with other parts of Los Angeles, and you know, it's hitting the city pretty tough. And it's going to trickle down eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that they'll figure it out, and you know, they've had strikes before, and it's just things have to change, and you know, that's that. Yeah. So
yeah,
I decided to work with them because I've worked with them before, and it's just a natural progress. So it's a horror film and it's a slasher, so I'm pretty excited to bring that to the table.
That's my
as a
genre
producer,
of movie. That.
With my producer cap, and I'll probably do a cameo in it. We'll see.
As an actor, you have to take part.
Yeah, well, I really love to act, and I really love to produce. So now I'm just waiting for more opportunities to do that. And I've actually gotten a lot of people who've wanted me to produce a lot of their films, and I enjoy helping people, but I definitely want to help my team get forward and do stuff that we love to do. And
I'm glad you said that, because you know, this film actually allowed me to learn about producing. You know, and you know, I totally forgot, but I'm working with my brother-in-law, and we're working with this comedian out of North Carolina. His name is Cam Rivers, and this dude is he's very unique. Like I told him, he reminds me of a Chris Tucker. And not to compare him, but he has this unique voice and tone that I've never heard before, and his comedy is really good. But the irony of it was that the character in the series that my brother-in-law and I are writing, the character's name is Cam. So I'd been talking to this kid on Instagram during COVID, inspiring, and you know, we were inspiring each other. He was like, "I see what you're doing, man," and blah. And I'm telling him, "I'm seeing what you're doing. You're really good." So when 2 years later, fast forward, while we're writing this project and we're looking for someone to play this character, and I thought about it, and I'm like, hey, you know, I know this one kid who I talked to during COVID on Insta. His name is Cam. And then, so, you know, before you know it, we've been doing readings and Zoom calls, and he is killing it. So we're really excited about shooting this pilot. We're shooting for September, but with, like Dana said, with the strike and everything, you know, it's certain things that we got to figure out with guidelines how to make this happen. But yeah, we're really excited about it. So it'll be a TV series, but we're just shooting the pilot and, you know, pitch it. You know, I have some people in place that want to help pitch it to networks. But with what's going on right now, it may be a stall.
Yeah.
So is Hollywood as cutthroat as what all the documentaries and the odd film make it out to be?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
We're keeping it real, huh?
Oh, look, as an actor, you know, you go on auditions and you're going to hear, you know, 1,000 no's before you get one yes. I was just one who, I was pretty, I guess if you want to use the word lucky, when I first moved to Los Angeles in 2018. I was referred to by a friend of mine, Jonas Kane, actress, referred me to an agency where I signed, and about 3 to 4 months into the living here, I ended up on a TV series called Nova Vita, but it was my first booking, and then I booked several independent projects after that. But that's kind of unheard of, you know, a lot of times, you know. But it was the fact that I came to Los Angeles with, you know, several other projects on my belt, so I had experience. And that's basically what it comes down to, is having experience. But you could be the best actor, you could be the best looking or whatever. It really is based on, or it's predicated on, relationships.
Right.
Does your agency have a relationship with the producers, or do they have does your agency have a great relationship with the production or the studios? So it boils down to business more so. It's 90% business and 10% show.
Right. Right.
It's cutthroat.
It's very cutthroat.
So here's the thing. Now, the beauty of what's going on with today and age of with the streaming platforms is kind of a double-edged sword. But here it is, like, you look at what Yonash and Anthony, Dana, and myself were able to do. We created a film on our own and found a home for it to be seen.
Yeah.
So this is the best time in the world to not rely on studios and the machine, but you still have to do the groundwork to allow people to know that, hey, we have product out here. So with Dana and what she does, and I get out there as well, I have postcards and things of that nature. And while I'm working for studios and I'm out and about, hey, check this out. Because this is back in the day when we were in the music business, we had to hand out flyers. Hey, come see us. Hey, here's my CD.
The EP.
The EP. I apply that same work ethic with this project right now. And
so
it's working, obviously.
So is it easy to move over from the music industry to the movie industry? Was that an easy transition or?
It was, because, I mean, you look at, like, when I'm doing music, you're being a character in a sense.
Yeah.
You're writing a story in a sense. You have to memorize the lyrics in a sense.
Right.
So I was always in training and learning to memorize script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain technique sometimes that I would use while learning the script that I would use while making cadence. It's a rhythm that you listen to and then you pick up the words and then you memorize it. You know, and so it's all relative. It's all entertainment.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
He's a good rapper, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, as you mentioned earlier, with the guy with the unique voice, I was going to say, you've got a unique voice yourself.
He has a great
very
voice.
baritone voice.
Yeah, it's almost like DMX.
I worked in radio for a while. You know,
Deeper.
in elementary school, I took radio broadcasting, college,
Right.
then I interned for 2 radio stations, and then I worked for 2 radio stations in the San Francisco Bay Area. So it was my dream at one point to be an on-air disc jockey, but I ended up being on the street team. And, you know, you see what I was saying about handing those flyers out when you work for a radio station and you're with the street team, you're handing out, hey, here. So it's kind of like it was already in me to still be out here and let people know about our movie.
Actually, fun fact, Ahku has a song in the film.
Oh, yeah.
So if you would like to hear rap.
That's right, yeah.
Watch the film.
The scene where Dana and I are, we're about to have the big party and we're about to just turn up and drink the drink.
Yeah.
My song starts playing. And,
Right.
Yeah. So I'll email you guys the video so you can check it out.
Yeah, do that. Yeah. My daughter actually likes your music because she's into all that.
Oh.
Because when I told her that we were interviewing 2 actors from this film, I said one of them is also a rap artist as well. She was like, "Ooh, okay." So we managed to play some of your stuff, and she likes it. Yeah. So you'll have to give it a shout out later on.
Well, you know, it's crazy. We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop right now. So it's been 50 years that this music has been around. And so I was able to meet recently some of the founding fathers of this business. Like one of the original first rappers was Curtis Blow and Melly Mel. They've been around since the late 70s, early 80s. So they were here celebrating 50 years. And I got a chance to meet them and tell them thank you, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here as far as entertainment, because they were my inspiration. That's why I'm saying I draw from everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just acting. You know, I draw from every part, facets of entertainment.
Right. So, over to you, Dana. When you did that nude scene,
Oh my.
so was that easier doing it in front of people that you knew, or more awkward?
The funny thing is, okay, so I grew up as a model, so I don't have a problem changing in front of people. But the funny thing was, when we were shooting the film, I was very high alert that the camera was on my body. And I'm like, ooh, don't make sure, you know, we have the right lighting and the right angles. And the first cut of the film, I was like, no, that has to go. If it was up to Yonash, I would have been sitting on the loo. Right? But I said no. And but I actually really enjoyed doing the shower scenes. And now I'm high alert when I watch it on camera. I'm like, I know what that's about. I know what that's about. I know what it takes now. But I grew up as a model, so I actually am very easy. I can change if like at
Yeah.
stores, and they're like, "There's no fitting room." Fine, I'll change here if you would like. I'll wait for the standing to leave. But yeah, so I was comfortable in that regard. It wasn't that like I didn't want to show too much because that's not what the film's about.
Yeah.
But, yeah. There we go.
Well, I don't know one of y'all got a crush on her because I was listening to the interview.
Hey, don't be calling people. Throwing people under
Sorry.
the bus.
He admitted to Jonas's brother as well.
Yeah.
It's been documented already, so.
Yeah.
Hey, you got fans. You got fans. Man. You got fans.
Well, we have a little surprise coming to you in the mail, so thank you.
Ah, nice.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
You can get this wall
Yeah.
painted up.
We've just done this room up for the
It will be-
podcast, so
hopefully,
it's
I
a
would
blank
love to see
canvas
it
at the
right there
moment.
behind the wall.
Yeah, it's a blank canvas.
It's going to be perfect, actually. I the next podcast, I want to frame right behind it.
I have warned him not to screenshot that nude scene and print it.
Yeah. So we asked
So
Jonas.
that means you'll be that means we're promoting more of this film, I believe.
Oh, that's
Special
good
edition, the bathroom scene.
for the life of us, part 2.
Yeah. So we asked Jonas what actors he would like to do a movie with, male and female. So we'd like to ask you, what producer you'd like to work with?
Kathleen Kennedy, producers? We're talking producers?
Yeah.
Ron Howard, Steven Spielberg. Can I keep going?
You really need one.
Anybody at 824, give me a call.
Yeah. What about you, Ahku?
Bloomhouse.
Me, I had a chance to work with this man, but George Lucas is my hero.
Right.
Wow,
I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So
Yeah.
I was able to work on the film that he created called Red Tails, and it was about the first African American pilot unit, in I believe World War II. I want to say World War I. I could be wrong, but what happened was I auditioned to be a double for one of the actors in the film, and so that was just as good for me to be able to stand in front of a green screen and have George Lucas behind the camera tell me action. Like, I mean, not to get all sentimental, but I remember calling my mom outside of the studio before I got in there and was like, "Oh my God, I'm working with George Lucas today." So I would love, my dream is to work on a Star Wars film. That's
Right.
I could see it.
Yeah, if I could be a character or even if I'm an extra, but just
That was actually going to be my next question. What would be your dream job? If a script landed in the door now for you, what would be the dream job? So you've obviously a Star Wars film.
Anything Star Wars.
Yeah. What about you, Dana?
I really love period pieces, and I know it's kind of like left for me because I love horror films as well, and thrillers and sci-fis. But I really actually would love to do more period pieces, like Chandra Rhimes. She does a lot of things that are shot in London and stuff like that. And so the other flip side, I love period pieces, and I would love to actually kind of start doing films, but sort of more aristocratic pieces.
Yeah,
right.
Not too much of the I don't know how to say it. I don't really like the bad parts of history. I don't know how to put it.
You know what I'm saying?
So no Black Death, stuff like that.
Right, at all. We're not having it.
No, I don't. I tell you that I just said the script you're writing. I don't want to die.
Okay.
No more.
So with what you were just saying then, does this mean that there could be a Death of Us 2?
Well,
It's actually come up.
Well, I know the idea of it all was, from what I understand, it was kind of like the deja vu people would have, the Groundhog's Day that you would feel in every day, same day, every day.
Yeah.
Wake up, go to sleep, wake up. And so that was kind of the notion of without spoiling, but
Yeah.
why?
I don't feel like it needs
why-
a second one. I feel like it ended well. I don't feel like it needs a second movie.
No.
it's a good
Most
ending.
films don't.
Yeah.
I think you could probably do
Now,
a
I would tell you,
prequel to
what
it.
Hollywood would do is if it made billions of dollars, Hollywood was like, we want a part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know how to crush a kid's dreams by, remaking, rebooting, or making a part 2. No.
Yep.
We always do a prequel to it to lead up to.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, another Phantom Menace.
Don't give Anthony Yonash more ideas. Don't give Anthony Yonash more ideas.
Yeah.
The prequel. The TV series, Death of Us. I like that idea. Death of Us TV series.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, his original idea, Dana was robbing Ahku's house. That's what he told us.
I heard that. Yeah. As Jonas put it, this big burly black guy with a white woman, or vice versa. I'm like, first of all, I didn't know I was burly.
Probably, I didn't know.
I didn't know I was burly. Yeah, but I got where they were going. It was kind of like a movie where you don't see it coming. That's some of my favorite movies where it's a twist. Where it's like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah,
so,
I love mysteries and such.
Yeah, so I got what he was saying and what he was thinking. But here it is. This movie is sort of like a documentary. It's like real time. We actually were shooting in real time. So to put myself, as we say, to put myself on blast, my cousin, she calls me. She was like, so did you have that beer belly for the movie? Or I'm like, no. I was really drinking beer every day. I was really a belly, just so happened to be there. But yeah, that was
gone
mine.
now.
It's gone now, but yeah.
So the drones in the movie, he was flying them drones.
So we had a guy who was referred to Yonash, and he owned the drones, and so he was one of the guys that worked on set and filmed the drones and everything like that. It was pretty fun. It was really fun that day.
It was a lot of fun.
Watching that movie, it really puts you in a time capsule, where for me, I can remember exactly how I was feeling and what was going on in the world in that movie. And so it's kind of like, when I say it's a documentary, it's like, wow, you want to know what it was like in 2020? Here you go, put this on. And I feel the same way about it. Like, the film is definitely a capsule, a moment in time. And I hope that as time goes on that people can use it as a reference of where we were at. In
like a period piece.
That's a period piece. You're right. No, wow, it is a period piece.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's a period piece.
Oh, it is a period piece.
Yeah.
It is indeed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so what's so amazing about, making movies is you are forever remembered in cinema. Yeah. So, like what you guys are doing with the podcast, you're leaving your legacy. This is our legacy.
Mm-hmm.
This interview is our legacy. And, these are things that I don't take for granted. I'm always in gratitude, like, wow, I got a chance to be interviewed on a podcast from some brothers from UK. I got a chance to work with Dana, who, Dana was really known in the modeling world, and Yonash, he created a TV series, he and Anthony, a while ago, and did all these amazing things. And so it's just, when you're able to just sit back and be like, wow, this really happened, because I know people, who are not here, who I lost because of COVID. I lost some family members because of COVID. My stepdad who raised me, there was a grandmother on that side who I was close with. I lost her and a couple other people. So it really is like, it can put you in that place of, wow, this really happened. And we were here and we survived it.
Good.
Not to get all deep, guys.
Definitely.
Not to get all deep. Okay. Waka.
If there was a movie for I think it was 1912, the Spanish flu or something.
Oh, yeah.
So if there was a movie during that time, I would watch it, because that's how I kind of correlate the Death of Us. It's a moment in time where people are going to be like, okay, so what were people really feeling and experiencing and going through? And there was so much happening in the world at that time. And we have real footage, we have real news footage of that time period. We have real the voices of the president at the time. You know, so it's those are moments that will always be remembered. And we were fortunate enough to have this subject matter to tap into. I'm grateful for that, for sure. And the people that have watched it. And I'm really grateful for Yonesh and Anthony for creating such a beautiful film. They're super talented. So I'm really lucky to have met them. And Ahku, who was also a great help to me during the shoot. He was my coach at times. It was just the best to shoot with Ahku. Let me just say that 100%.
Let's say
it was
this
so
also.
much fun to shoot with Ahku.
This is what it turns into, like a family thing. Like Dana and we almost got to the point where, you know, it was like she would give me this look and I'd give her a look. She was like, you know, but it was family business because it was like, you know, you're working on this script. And we had our moments where it was like, come on, get it together. And she, you know, like there was, you know, without going into a whole bunch of whatever, but it was one part where she was so upset with me because there's a scene, the flashback scene, there's a flashback scene. My point is, I just so happen to have had a little bit too much to drink, a little bit too much wine. And so when they were ready to shoot the scene, I was knocked out. Camera ready, she had her makeup on and everything.
I felt like I was so on and I was ready to go. I was even pumped up. I watched Carrie, you know.
The murder scene.
I was ready. I had my Sissy Spacek on, and I was ready to go. And
I blew the scene by being
I was like,
out.
Wake him up. I was like, no, we're waking him up and doing this scene.
Yeah, she was hot. She still never let me forget it. But we got the scene. We got the scene.
So Death of Us nearly became a slasher film then.
You don't say. Damn near did. So. But that's you know, I like what Steven Spielberg said. He said the only ego should be the movie. So, you know, there was no egos in this movie. You know, Yonesh made suggestions, Dana, myself, Anthony, we all made suggestions. And, you know, sometimes it's like, and sometimes it's like, that's great. It works. And here we are. So,
sorry. I just want to make a shout out to Porter and Craig, Film and Media Distribution, for picking up the film.
Right.
And they're located in Beverly Hills here in California. And I just wanted to say thanks to them. And
well, you know, and to piggyback on what she's saying, you know, there's a lot of distributors out here, and there was distributors that we had meetings with, but it's the business, it's Hollywood. And so Porter and Craig gave us a fair chance, and they're working with us. And so it was like, wow, to have distribution on a film that was made, 3 years ago, and it's relevant and it's timeless. It's like we're like,
timeless.
So it's timeless. Word. So it's a shout out, as we say, shout out to Porter and Craig. We're really appreciative of those guys.
Brilliant,
fantastic. Next question.
So I have I'm gonna ask the interviewer a question.
Oh God.
So you're in Liverpool. How far is that from, like, say, London?
It's about
5 hours drive.
Yeah, it's about a 5 hour drive. So it's about, I think it's about 200 miles.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken that drive? I'm gonna give you guys some questions.
No, I don't want to.
I've been down that way, but instead of going towards London, I went more towards the east side, which is Cornwall. So, but it's similar sort of time scale.
Yeah, my mom's side they're from Manchester and Oxfordshire.
Right.
Okay. Manchester's not far from us.
Not far from here.
Not far. Okay.
20 miles.
So that as well as German. So my father's German.
We're far from Germany.
Well, they went from Germany to Oxfordshire and Manchester.
Okay.
And then I guess everybody got on the boat and came to New York, and then from New York, Cali. So it's that I think a lot of people have made that trip.
Yeah. Yeah, Manchester's about 20 miles from us, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's your pet peeves in acting? So, like, if you was acting with somebody else, what would annoy you?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll let you go first.
Oh, that's funny, right?
This is where they fight.
Good call. Good call.
Wow.
Click film now, Steve. See if the fight breaks out.
Pet peeve. I guess it's just inconsiderate of people when they're shooting. I find that if people are shooting something and then to like disrupt them while they're shooting,
Right.
it sounds kind of petty, but it really gets under my skin, you know, when people are trying to work and then other people are blatantly disrespectful, you know, or intentionally trying to sabotage a scene. It really kind of like this. I just don't like disrespect.
Yeah.
And I definitely I don't know. Maybe it's my German side. It's like I'm about rules, and so rules are like very important. So if you go off the rules, then we have a problem. It's just the way it is.
My pet peeve is I would say that it's not being prepared,
Right.
and not giving me something when I'm needing, you know, you to give me a reaction or giving me some inspiration to be able to deliver the lines.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll have where when you're shooting and that person that you're doing your scene with may not be on camera and the camera's on me.
Right.
I need you to give me that same enthusiasm and intensity as if you were on camera. And sometimes you'll have a so and such A, B, C.
Disrespectful.
A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And it's like, what am I? Can you yell at me? Do something.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it is. It's just, that's one of my pet peeves.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
I have another one. Can I mention another one?
Yeah, go on.
I think when he was saying about not being prepared is definitely a pet peeve of mine. Not
Right.
being prepared, not being a team player, or not supporting your team. It just really upsets me. You know, like that's what I love about my team is that we support each other. We care about each other, and that's just, it's important to have support and heart when you're in this business. And if you don't have that, it's hard. It's much harder and not as fun. And you could do it, but that's really not what it's about.
And what's cool is like, so Dana and I gained a rapport with one another. So like when she's had auditions or I've had auditions, we've read with each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she's been a reader for me and I've been a reader for her. So it's kind of cool to have. I'll be like, yo, Dana, I got an
Pretty lucky
audition.
like that.
I got this audition. Can you help me out? You know,
Yeah.
call her up or she'll call me up. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Right.
Hagu is always like, of course I'll read with you. Of course I'll audition with you. And that's, thank you. Hagu.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more questions, Dana?
Oh, I can go. Oh, I have a lot.
I had a question I was going to ask and I forgot.
I'm a woman. What do you? We have a lot of questions.
You know, when you're crying, when you're acting, what do you think of? Because I know that people think of dark memories, that thing. So, like, how do you get to that place?
I use substitution, and that is a method that Strasberg uses, and basically you substitute that within the scene, being that it relates to what the context of the scene is. Then I'll find a substitution to trying to put this all out in one sentence, but I'll use the substitution to help me emotionally deliver what's being given, and just being authentic, you know, with the storyline and the character itself. So that's how I end up bringing the tears. But it's definitely something you have to practice, because I've been on sets and frozen up, and I'm like, and then there are times where it's just I can't stop crying. So it's a practice.
Yeah.
You have to practice and rehearse, and rehearsal is important even with crying. You definitely have to be ready with those inner thoughts and that inner dialogue, and be able to give the director what he needs or she needs.
Right.
So what about you, Ahku? because has been described as a big burly black man. Are you able to turn on the tears?
Well, what I draw from is what I used to draw from when I was in relationships. You know, you got to learn how to cry on it. You know, when you're with your girlfriend, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Lord have mercy, I swear I'll never do it again. I had a lot of practice. Along with my parents, I swear I'm gonna clean it up. Yeah, I've had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Gotta know how to cry on the spot, man. You know what I mean? You wanna get out of it? But yeah. And so, yeah, I've had a lot of practice. So when it's like, okay, action. I don't know who she is.
And then we just get Vaseline and we put it really close to his eye.
Yeah. So yeah.
Or Visine. It's Visine.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. No.
Some people use Visine. They'll put the Visine in their eye.
No. Yeah, I've done a lot of, crocodile tears, but no, it's but I have a lot of things to draw from as well. So, I draw from, a lot of, losses and then as Dana, put it, being in the moment, being that it fit like this, the scene where we find out that Devin has passed away. And so what I was able to do being in that moment was just place myself in knowing a very close brother or friend, if they were to pass or transition, and how that would feel. And so that's what I did. And, it worked.
Right.
Cool.
So Dana, who's your celebrity crush?
Like
Male
right
or
now,
female?
or like, like you have crushes when you were younger, celebrities. God, right now, that's a good question.
Okay, we'll change the question a bit. So if let's say this actor came up to you and asked you out, who would make you blush?
Can I say okay, maybe like Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall. Right.
Very
stellar.
precise.
I have my because it's like I don't know him, so I don't really, but I don't know who he's really like. But like the movie, he looked awesome.
I can say that I've been around a lot of celebrities, but I can honestly say, and I've told this story before, the very first time I was ever starstruck was being in a room with Nicole Kidman.
Right.
It was. She walked into this room. It was about 3 years ago. She walked into a room where I'm at the time I'm working security. So I'm at the Hollywood Film Awards, which isn't aired. So, here comes, Robert De Niro and all these names that I couldn't imagine. I was in the room with these people, but Nicole walks in, and I swear she glided in the room. I just couldn't believe it. The way I was like, I've never done that before. I could care less about the celebrity. It's more about people. But when she walked in, I couldn't believe it. And she's just as tall as me. Well, with heels, I'm sure. But it was like, so at that moment, I had a crush on the girl.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I figured it out now.
Oh. So Brad Pitt's gone.
Oh yeah, scratch it. I don't know the scratch it, but I'm saying. So I've met Keanu Reeves, right? And he's such a nice guy, and he's so sweet, and he's just a down to earth guy. So I think that's like a good celebrity crush to have because he's really good to people. He's very like personable, and at the same time, he doesn't have like he's not hoity-toity. You could talk to him. He talks about his family
because he's good to people. Well, I had a crush on Mother Teresa. Then you gotta be a good person. All right, Mother Teresa, you know how fine she is. Mother Teresa, when they asked her would she protest against war, and Mother Teresa said, "No, I will not protest against war. But when you want me to protest for love, I will do so."
Okay.
So, how did you meet Keanu Reeves?
And he talks about his family.
All right. I'm sorry. Next question.
Yeah, so Dana, how did you meet Keanu Reeves?
How did I meet him?
Yeah, what was the story?
Well, I have two stories. I worked on a film with him, and then another time I actually randomly met him three. I met him at a gym, and then I also met him again at a restaurant where his sister used to live, and he just was randomly playing pool with. Well, I was playing pool with my friends, and he randomly came and kind of interrupted us while we were playing pool.
That's rude.
So those were my run-ins with him, and I ran into him at a private gym. But he always has people around, so they're always like, "Oh no, don't talk to him." It's like he's a human being. If he wants to talk to somebody, he could talk to them.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's how I met him.
Yeah.
Cool.
He doesn't like to touch
But it's LA.
girls
We
either on
run
pictures, does
into
he?
A lot of people. Huh?
There's a fan theory that he doesn't like touching girls on pictures. He's always got his hand away from them on pictures.
So touching girls on pictures?
No, he doesn't like to.
Like photographing someone
Yeah.
wants to take a photograph.
Oh, he doesn't like anyone to take a photograph of him?
No, he doesn't like touching them.
He doesn't like
So like he'll
touching
put his
them.
hand
Oh, in
around them,
photographs. He
but
doesn't.
away from them.
Oh, he has. Oh, wow.
Touching what?
I don't-
Touching who?
He doesn't
You said
like-
I don't like touching. I don't like touching.
We'll move on from that.
No, it's like
Okay.
if you've got a fan who you've just met, Keanu
I
Reeves.
think they were meaning someone else.
Oh, okay.
If a fan's just met, there's Keanu Reeves is standing there saying, "Can I take it? Have a picture taken?"
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was just a little bit of, just a little bit of the barrier here. I'm sorry if I misunderstood your question. Was the question, do I like touching women in movies? You want to ask me that, bro?
No, he's
Yeah. Do you like touching women?
Okay.
He's like, do you?
Hey, man, look, if the scene causes for it and the actress is okay with it, and we have, they now have on set where I'm not exactly sure the title, but they have people on set who are like nurturers and they're the go-between, they're the liaison between the female and the male actor, or male, female, but it's like they're making sure that everything is copacetic, that it's okay on set, and hey, are you comfortable with this and that? Which I totally think they should. So yeah.
He's good with it.
Yeah, within reason. Yeah, I'll shake a hand.
I'll
Shake a hand or two.
He's not too big for it then.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about him.
I'll shake a hand.
He's okay with it.
Anyway, Ahku, have you done a nude scene? And if not, would you?
Yes, I have.
All
Yes, I
right.
have. I did a film with Six Finger Films, and they're a company out of San Francisco. So I did a short film called Smoke and Mirrors,
Right.
written by Craig Clevenger, who's a prolific writer. In the movie Smoke and Mirrors, it's about Icarus, and he's an angel.
Okay.
Who falls from heaven and has these powers, and people think he's just this crazy homeless man. Well, we were shooting in San Francisco at 2, maybe 3 in the morning, and we're near, it was just very cold, I'll just say. I was stark naked, and I had to fall on this dirty couch as if I was falling from heaven, and I walk up to a window to see myself in the mirror. But it was quite the challenge to have the women who were makeup artists and all these other things on set, and guys and gals, and I'm the only burly black guy up there with no clothes on.
Link below.
So yeah, it was cold outside. So I was like, let's get this done. So yeah. Yeah, I've done the new scene before, yes, and I'll do it again.
Yeah, he's right.
Right. Do you want to play a game? I sound like I'm on Saw now.
All right.
No.
It's called Fact or Reset. So basically, the aim of the game is I tell you a fact, you tell me if it's a fact or if it's made up by me.
It's kind of our take on true or false, but it's fact or reset.
Okay.
Is this a team?
So so again, you tell me, you ask a question, and we have to figure out if it's a fact or you just made it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Rocket.
Jonas, when Jonas did it, he got 4 points, so he's third on the board.
Oh, of course he is. He's a gamer. Right?
So,
Cue the music.
cue the music.
Yeah.
Stand clear. It's fact or reset.
Oh my God. I love it. It's like this. No, it's like this.
Looks like he has an old Atari joystick then.
Yes. I love the 80s, baby. I love the 80s.
Pac-Man joystick.
Love the 80s.
Yes.
So, we'll start with the first one. Hatman is part of the Marvel Universe.
You said Ant-Man?
Hatman.
Hat, as in hat.
Oh. Oh, no.
No, that's false. You made that up.
Oh, yeah.
False.
That's easy.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Keep bringing up.
Question 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are based on 4 male martial artists that formed a team to fight crime in 1924.
That's false.
Say it again?
Wait.
The Ninja Turtles
Was based on 4 male martial artists that formed a team to fight crime in 1924.
Ooh, okay. I misunderstood the question. I'm trying to think of some movies back then. 1924.
Yeah.
I would say false because I don't think turtles were eating pizza back then.
Is that your final answer?
I'll go with false. I'll go with false.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're on 2.
Oof.
Woo!
Question 3.
Watch out, Yo Nash. We're coming.
Cows can walk upstairs but not down them.
Toes?
Cows.
Cows moo.
Cows.
Cows.
Okay.
Cows.
Cows can walk upstairs but not down. Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
That sounds like a riddle. That sounds like a riddle. That sounds like a real good riddle. Cows can walk upstairs but not down them. What do you say? I'm gonna let you answer that one.
I think they can on their own accord. You can't force them.
That was kind of a deep ass question. On the court, but you can't force them.
Yeah.
That was deep. They understand.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
You have to. They have to do it on their own. You can't make them.
I guess you can make a cow do. I mean, you can make a cow.
Is
walk.
that an okay answer? Or is this like straight yes or no?
It's a fact or reset. So true or false?
Fact.
Fact. Yep, you're right. Cows can walk upstairs but not down them.
Woo! I learned that from well, it's true. You can't make a cow go down.
You can lead a horse to water.
Question 4. Glass balls can bounce higher than rubber ones.
What balls can bounce higher than rubber ones?
Glass balls can bounce higher
Can bounce higher than
rubber balls.
I mean, again, man, you got some riddles, bro. Riddles. It's like it really sounds like it's a riddle. It's like a glass ball can bounce higher than a rubber ball. That sounds like a riddle, but it's actually a false question. But it's, or not a false question, but made up.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. You answered it. You answered it. Yes.
No, I'm going with him. He's doing well, so I agree.
No.
I agree with him.
Because it sounds like a riddle, and then it could be like, what type of glass are we talking? And where
what
is
kind of
the glass ball? Like, is it on rubber?
Alice in Wonderland.
Is the glass ball bouncing on rubber? Or is the ball bouncing on concrete that is glass?
They're both bouncing on a flat floor.
Okay, on a flat floor?
Yeah.
We got this.
False.
Yeah.
False.
False? That's incorrect. Glass balls do bounce higher.
Glass
because-
balls can bounce?
Higher than a rubber ball.
I need
Yeah.
to see. I need to see this. Can you send me a YouTube
Wait a
link,
minute.
please?
What is this though, Dana? How the hell is that possible, man?
I don't know. I've never bounced a marble.
You've never.
Oh, marble. This guy.
Oh, that was good, man.
Trickery. Riddle me this.
The marble.
We're thinking.
Good. That was that was good. Damn.
You got 3 points.
Yeah, you got 3
That's a
points.
good one.
That was a good one. I knew it was something to it. So we only got
So
one.
you're in
I'm
between
good.
4 and 5. So you 4th place.
Okay.
So
Okay,
just,
4th
just
place.
below Janash.
Okay. Just okay.
We'll
Okay,
take
well.
that
I'll
since
take 4.
since Jonas is, gamer extraordinaire. That's the.
That was.
No, you're right. He did a riddle on us.
Yeah.
He riddled us.
Yeah, that was. Riddle me this.
Yes. He riddled us.
So quick question.
We
What
know now.
what alcohol do you drink? What's your go-to drink? Because I know Jonas is currently drinking whiskey and
Apple
orange.
juice.
Oh, apple juice.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, whiskey and apple juice. So I just
What
I learned that I can't drink hard liquor anymore. It just doesn't work for me anymore. So I drink wine and beer now.
Right.
Because hard alcohol kind of sends me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like nah. So I'll stick with beer. So yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I like Pinot Noir.
Ooh.
My favorite.
Very fancy.
I do like a good cocktail. I like sweet. Let's see. I do like a good skinny strawberry margarita.
Right. Nice.
Anything skinny. And let's see what else. Champagne. I like Bellinis, mimosas, stuff like that.
Right.
But wine. We'll say wine.
We drank a lot of Blue Moon in the movie.
The
as well.
Yeah.
Yes. They don't know it, but they sponsored our film.
You got no money for it.
No money. Zero.
Yeah.
We just got a nice buzz. Yeah.
That was the drink of choice during the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Blue Moon.
Yeah. Going back to the movie, you was a personal trainer, I think. Have you ever done any personal training in real life?
I have. I've done personal training.
Right. So is that one of your previous jobs?
Yeah. I've done personal private training.
Yeah.
And what else? Like fitness modeling. I've done fitness modeling.
Yeah.
And I've done fitness. At the time, the gyms were closed, so it was terrible situation
Right.
for me when it came for working out. Usually, so the workout scenes, I was working my tush off because there was no gyms. Basically, you just had to run outside, or you had to make your own gym. And even now, it's not that great to even go to a gym. But so I was able to connect with that character because that was something happening in real time. And I had experience with training, so I know exercises. And
Yeah. So the creep that was on the video, on the movie, that only joined you because he liked you. Was he one of your friends?
The who?
We're talking about Zach.
Oh, Zach.
Zach
Oh,
Davis.
yeah. Zach is a good friend of
Zach Davis, yeah.
Jonas and Ahku and stuff like that. So, he's had a long time working relationship with Jonas, and
Right.
he's a great actor, and he's a great guy, lovable guy.
Yeah,
He's
Zach
funny.
and I, we actually went to college together.
Right.
And
Okay.
we took acting classes together, and that's how I met. Yeah. And so we both eventually moved from the San Francisco Bay Area to Los Angeles. He moved first, and then I came down.
Right.
Fantastic.
So where is it
Yeah,
you're
I haven't
based? Is
seen
it
him
LA?
since then. Huh?
Where are you based? Are you in LA? Or
Yes.
ah,
Yes.
right.
We're about
So
20 minutes from Hollywood, but
Right.
we're in the studio area, which is Burbank.
Right.
Like
Because
a delay.
that's the place to go into it when you want to be an actor. Go to LA.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Right. It's either Los Angeles or they have the Atlanta is another area where they're shooting a lot of film now. You know,
Right.
New York, LA, and Atlanta, but more so
Canada and London.
Canada as well.
It's like the city, metropolitan cities,
Yeah.
and everyone comes to Hollywood. But I just feel like there's more work in Canada and London than there is in LA.
Yeah.
But those are like the hot spots.
Right. Have you ever been to the Hollywood
Acting.
sign? I believe it's got a cage around it, hasn't it? You can't visit it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. You can't visit it. No.
You
But,
can get close. You
yeah.
can. It's like a 5-mile hike,
Right.
and you go there, and you can take pictures pretty close. It's still, you're still able to get close to it. You can't climb on it, but
Yeah.
why would you want to?
Right.
So, aside from acting, if you weren't an actor, what would you think you'd be doing as a job?
I would be I'd be working with children. That was one of the first things. My mom was a teacher, or she worked with children, you know, in kindergarten and things. And so that was one of my first jobs out of high school, was working with children,
Okay.
children with special needs. Then I eventually was also a coach for basketball. And so I love working with children. And I don't have children, but, you know, that's one of my passions. You know,
Yeah.
It's like kids' energies are infectious.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
What about you, Dana?
Oh, I love children as well. I originally a sign language for the deaf as a pathologist. I went to college for that.
Okay. I thought you was just going to rob Atkins'
Now
answer then.
I basically all I can do is finger spell now, so I've really
Right.
lost touch of signing. But I've come to really grown to love animals, so I probably would, as long as I have to pick up the poop. Let's just keep it real.
Can't get rid of that.
But I love exercise. I love animals. I love children. So if it's anything that has to do with nature and just real life, being with real people and it's just something I would rather do. I'm not much of an office person, even though I do love production
Yeah.
and post-production and stuff like that. But like sitting in a cubicle or any of those type of jobs, I always found to be not me.
Right. Can either of you speak any other languages?
Poquito. Español. Habla español.
Hola, señor.
¿Qué?
¿Es así?
¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, ¿cómo estás?
Muy
¿Cómo
bien.
estás? Muy bien. Muy bien.
Oh, we're Spanish speaking now.
Sí, sí, sí.
Sí.
What about you?
I know a little German,
Right.
and I know a little French. I studied French as well, and I
Oh,
like I said, I know a
bonjour.
little sign language. And,
Right.
I love actually languages, you know,
Yeah.
like I love learning languages. Some languages, it's funny, it's like I find German to be easier for me to learn than say like Polish,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I still try, or Czech, and I still try to like learn those languages. Both Ahku and I are we love like anything sort of like, we love international, anything, international food, international languages. Yeah.
Right.
So, but I majority speak English with the opportunity. I would love to actually speak more languages.
Yeah.
So, in your house, you all live together. Who's the messiest?
I take the first on that one.
Next question.
The dogs. The dogs are the messiest here. We're constantly picking up dog hair. Story of my life right now. German Shepherd hair. That's my life right now.
Yeah.
Outside, backyard, kitchen.
Whose dog is it?
Ice Shepherd. He's the messiest.
Right.
Let you guys off the hook.
So is the dog owned as all three of you? Is it a household dog, or is it anyone's in particular?
He's part of the house now. Anyone that comes and moves into the house now becomes the new owner. He's part of the house.
Yeah.
He's a good dog. He's he's a handful. He's 130-pound German Shepherd. So we all take turns doing the best we can with him. He's kind of a teenager.
You know what's the best part of living in this area? So this is a horse community. So you can just walk down the street and run into a horse, a coyote, cats hanging out with each other. Sometimes the skunks come by and hang out with the cats. It's a very unique place.
We're getting there. Okay, so we have cats that hang out in front of the house. They used to live in the house, but they moved out when the German Shepherd came in.
Right.
So they decided to stay in front of the house. It's food, free food. You don't have to hunt for food.
Yeah.
They don't really do it. They kick it.
But I mean, when you see a coyote and two skunks hanging out with a cat on a porch,
and
imagine, and you're coming home from a night of whatever, and you see this happening on your porch, and all of them looking at you like, what is he doing here?
It's true. This is like the hangout house. We have like Gus the cat who sits in front, and he's just like, yeah, you guys want to come and eat and hang out? And I've opened the door and seen possums.
Yes, a hell of a party. It's a hell of a party.
That's a comedy film right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically the house is. We live in a ranch. It's basically a ranch. It's set up to hold horses, and the horses in the film used to live here, and it has set up for a lot of animals, so that they all come to the house. Yeah, it's the way it is. Yeah. He doesn't like the skunks. He's like, leave the porch light on. The skunks are hanging out in front of the house.
It's horrible.
Yeah, you don't want to get sprayed though.
Yeah.
So have either of you ever been over to England, or have got plans to come over?
I have one of my best friends from high school. He was just here visiting. He's in Serbia. He's been trying to get me over there for 20 plus years, and so I was going to go in September, but now that we're shooting this pilot, but then still we don't know with the strike, but I planned on going in September, so I don't know, but I really want to get over there and visit. That would be my first time overseas and going anywhere in Europe or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you, Dana?
That's my first place. Or shall I say that would be my first stop.
Oh yes, definitely. I have my family from England, and Manchester and Oxford.
Yeah.
So that's the stuff cousins and aunts and uncles on my dad's side that live there. So I love to go and visit them. I just haven't had the opportunity or the time, but I feel like that it's on the horizon. I initially had set the film up to go, and I had put the film out there in England. Like I submitted to a lot of like the festivals out there and stuff like that, and they've been so great to like follow us back on like Instagram and support the film. So I would love to go to London and branch out of the States, and I think it's going to happen for sure. If not the end of this year, then next year.
Do you guys ever plan to visit the States?
I'd love to.
I went to Florida many moons ago, but LA, Chicago.
Oh, nice.
I'd love to go to those places.
Okay. Well, if you ever touch down in Los Angeles, we gotta all hang out.
And vice versa.
That's not Hollywood talk. Genuinely saying, it would be amazing for you guys to come out.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And vice versa, if you come over to England, get in touch. We'll meet up.
Yeah, he can meet Dana in person.
He could.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean that's where. I mean, you're in Liverpool.
I might go red though.
I
might start blushing.
I'm in for the Beatles. What? What'd you say?
No, that's what I was saying. I might start blushing.
He said it so fast. What did he say?
I love you know what it is? It's the language barrier at times with the accents. So sometimes it's like you don't want to offend. So
No,
don't you know?
sometimes with Steve he's got what's called a Wiganese accent.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll need a translator for it.
Yep.
but it's a beautiful accent, brother.
I can imagine if you're just going really fast and you just full speed ahead with it.
Yeah. People in England struggle to understand me.
Hey! That's right, brother. That's right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the end of the podcast. We've got an hour and 20 minutes with you.
Wow.
Been brilliant. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you.
you guys.
It's been
We had a
absolutely
great
brilliant.
time. It was wonderful meeting you.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Same to you.
So we're no longer recording, right?
No, it's still recording. We'll record till you're gone.
No. The reason why I was going to ask, because I know we're making this about the death of us. I was just going to tell you guys about a couple other projects I had.
Wait, before you do that, make
Well, I can
sure
just
you
edit it
follow
out.
the Death of Us movie on Instagram and
call.
Twitter and TikTok, and also come and like and follow and watch the film on Amazon, Tubi, and Vudu.
Yeah.
Day.
Yep.
We would love that. And
Brilliant.
tell us what you think of it.
I can't wait for your
Go on.
gift as well.
I can't. Well, you're gonna get it. It's coming today. Yo Nash is at the post office right now. Hold your horses.
So
Make sure you
Ahku,
tell us when you get it. I'm
Yeah,
super
we will do.
excited.
so Ahku, I was wondering, could you give a shout out to my daughter Mia?
Mia. Hey, Mia. It is a pleasure, an honor and a pleasure to talk and meet with your dad. And he's an amazing guy, so I'm sure he has an amazing daughter. So, hey, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. And I hope all is well and continue to be well where you're at.
Thank you very much.
And Dana, can you do a shout out to me?
Go ahead, Dave. Shut up.
I'm only
This will
joking.
be the last time we speak. Please, please, let's just do this again.
Yeah.
Don't let this be the last time.
No.
How about
So-
that?
Yeah. Right, we'll let you get off and enjoy the rest of your morning.
Absolutely.
You guys have an amazing evening.
Thank you.
Hello to your daughter and
Hello
your
to her.
families.
Exactly.
And look forward to hearing from you guys soon.
Yeah.
And you, thank you very much for
Toodaloo.
being on this.
What was that? Toodaloo?
This was fun. Anytime.
Toodaloo.
This is fun.
I was trying to think of some,
Oh, is that your English?
That's my English.
That's the English.
Top of the
Goodbye for now.
Okay.
TTFM.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
See you later.
Oh, I said
See you later.
See you later. Bye now. Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Great.
And we're back.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that chat.
I did. It was a laugh, wasn't it?
It was good. Good.
Sometimes it felt like we didn't need to be there
And
because they was having a laugh between them.
yeah, you were.
It was brilliant. I love that, a bit of like a banter between each other. And if you're listening to this podcast, Dana, I am sorry for my accent. And I understand. I sometimes struggle to understand me.
But get in touch if you need me to translate for you.
Yeah. You can get subtitles.
But send a transcript at the chat.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that they didn't go as far as that on Fact or Reset, because they only had one left written down ready. So I was like, come on, don't. Well, the last one, to be fair, is Oasis based, so they might have struggled anyway.
Ooh.
It's a UK thing, innit? Oasis. And anyway, I did say we was going back to Cars. Huh? I don't know why I said that. Did I just melt then? Cars.
If you need to recharge your batteries.
No, yeah. Been talking that long, I've run out of batteries. That's probably why Ahku could understand me, because he's listened to that episode.
Yeah, maybe.
He's probably
maybe.
learned my language.
Yeah, it's a new language he's learned.
Yeah, Wiganese. So anyway, we was talking about hitting animals, didn't we, and me hitting a pigeon.
Yeah.
But that's the first time I've ever ran any animal over. And I'm just wondering, can you be haunted by animals?
That's a good question, that. 'Cause you never
in
see it on any of
films-
these...
You never see an haunted animal?
like all these ghost hunting programs. You
Yeah.
never hear, oh, there's a dog.
Yeah.
You know.
So what's happening to their spirits?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Imagine that going to like was it that talk to ghosts? What are they
Mediums.
called? Yeah. And ask them, I want to see Benji. I want to talk to Benji. I'm getting him now, he's wearing a red collar. Ooh.
How do we just translate that to Benji?
Benji. Yeah. The pet detective,
Oh yeah,
she wants to come back on.
bring her back on.
I think we should, but I don't know if that episode plays well. The one that she was supposed to be on, and I ended up being a pet detective instead.
Yeah.
It weren't the best, was it?
Well, I think it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, and again, she knows we're skeptics, so it's up to her to try and change our minds.
Well, yeah, to prove.
Yeah, I don't believe in psychics. I don't think. I don't
Unless
see
they can
how
give
you
me, unless they can tell me something
Yeah,
without me prompting or, giving it any clues. You could just come on and just say this, and this, and I'll just go, wow.
yeah. I think that's borderline Jesus. It's like a superpower, isn't it?
It's the second
that
coming.
humans shouldn't have.
The second coming.
Yep. Back to cars. Did you see that the very last Ford Fiesta came off the line the other day?
No.
Yeah, they stopped selling Ford Fiestas. That's the end of it.
Thank God for that.
It's an end for them. You don't like them?
I didn't like
They've
them.
been around forever though, haven't they?
I remember the first.
I think Fiestas are classed as like a legendary car.
It's like a little square box. The first map.
Yeah, it was. Very boxer.
Yeah.
But they've been around forever, so it'd be sad to see them go.
I did like them towards the end. They did start improving the look of it, and because I think the Fiestas until this last lot
Yeah.
were really basic looking cars, and they then improved them and they look pretty good.
Yeah.
So they're not doing them anymore.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Wow.
They sell as well. Everyone buys them. So I don't know what their idea is behind that. Unless they can't get an electric Fiesta because they're too small. I don't know.
I don't know, because you can get electric hybrid minis.
Can you?
Yeah.
Maybe they've not worked it out yet. Maybe they'll make a big return and they'll sell.
Maybe.
Ah, that's the gimmick, innit? Fiestas have ended.
I'd love Ford to do a limited edition Cortina.
Who's going to buy it?
Me.
Just you.
Just me. Just a one-off limited edition electric Cortina.
Yeah. Do you know what I forgot to do? Chat GPT news.
Get it done. It's cue
Let's
the
get it
music
done
now.
because we're running out of time.
Cue the music now.
Yep, okay. According to a new study, women hunted in almost 80% of recent and present day foraging.
Wow.
A zoo in Toronto is asking visitors to stop showing mobile phone videos to the facility's gorillas. The zoo posted signs outside the gorilla enclosure asking visitors not to show photos or videos to the gorillas, as some content can be upsetting and affect their relationships and behaviour with their family.
I just want to know what they're showing them.
Baby girls found in Guns N' Roses gig.
What?
Have you heard them now?
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Do you know what? I heard them on Glastonbury,
Yeah.
and I thought they were actually quite good.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, alright, his voice is
Yeah,
not
his
the
voice
greatest,
is awful.
but he had the type of voice that you can't sustain anyway,
Yeah.
because it was too high pitched. But I didn't think it did too bad a job.
Police responding to a report of a screaming woman discovered the source of the worrying noise was actually a pet parrot.
I want to know how the parrot picked that up.
Learned it, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe it's from people getting killed. Hong Kongers urged. Is that what they're called? Hong Kongers.
I'm not going to comment.
Urged to stare at smokers in a disapproving way to help create a tobacco-free city. I think that'd work. Every time you light up a cig, somebody looks at you funny.
Imagine being paid to do that.
Over to you, Stu.
It's a nice little room, this, and we're quite...
Yeah. Anyway, we'll go back to that. Hong Kongers. I didn't know.
Is that what they're known as?
I don't know, but that's a news article. Hong Kongers. That doesn't seem right, that.
Like I said...
I don't think it's racist, because it's not like...
No, it probably isn't racist, but is that what they describe as?
Sound right, does it?
Because, like, I live in Warrington, so I'm a Warringtonian. Or because I was born in Liverpool, does that make me a Scouser?
It's like Carl Pilkington thinks people from Mongolia are called Mongs.
Well, are they? I don't know what you're allowed to say.
I
and not
think
say
they're called
anymore.
Mongolians, aren't they?
Mongolians, but
yeah.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kongers.
I don't. Are you allowed to say that? Or?
But yeah.
So what? There's a new estate going around ours, and there's a lot of people who live on there who are from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I might ask for one.
Yeah. Are you called an Hong Konger?
Are you what you class as? Are you Hong Kongian or Hong Konger or
Hong Konger?
or just Chinese?
Do. Come on and do Hong
I didn't say
Konger.
Konger. I said Hong Konger.
Come on and do Hong Konger. No, that's just racist now. Right. Yeah, that's the end of the news. I think we ended the news anyway, didn't we?
I think we did. Yeah. Hey, what about India entering the space race?
Oh yeah, you want to mention that? Yeah, I didn't actually watch it. I missed it.
I watched a little bit of it.
Did you?
It took off quite successfully.
Did it?
Yeah.
Did it not blow up?
It did
like
a better
Elon
job
Musk?
than the other guy.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, it did a better job than that.
Right. So it didn't hit that globe. What the flat earthers believe.
No. It went out to outer space and it's on its way to the moon.
Also, for the last before we finish, Yorkie Bud wants us to talk about how we got to know each other.
Oh, right, okay.
Right. So, I started a job. Stu was at that job. And when I started, everyone was wearing the same colour, but Stu was wearing black. My initial thought was, he's the production leader. Stay away from him.
And he was
Well,
right.
it turns out, he'd just not got his uniform yet. So he's just a new starter, I mean. So yeah. But
Now, I'd been there. How long had been there? I'd started in the May.
yeah, I think I got my uniform before you.
I think you did actually, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you got your jumpers and that. It took me ages.
But yeah,
to
we
get
got
my
on
jumper.
pretty quick, didn't we, to be fair?
Yeah.
There was a lad called Terry.
Terry was the one who trained
was
you.
the middleman, yeah, trained me. And we all got along. It was...
Quite a good little team.
We did. And we used to bring a big speaker in, listening to music. We used to all have a little dance on the production line.
We did.
It was brilliant.
Toot Toot.
Toot Toot, yeah. That was one of the classic songs that we used to dance to. But yeah, that's pretty much how we got to know each other in work, really.
And then you left for a new job.
I did. I sponged off to a new job. But yeah, we stayed in contact.
We did. And
Yeah,
then
we got on.
you invited me on here.
Yeah, as a guest. You was a guest
I
once.
was a guest on episode 9.
Long time
The
ago.
Nazi penis.
Was that 9?
I think
I
so,
thought it
yeah.
was 7. Was it 9?
I'm sure the Nazi penis was
ages
episode
ago,
9.
that, wasn't it? But that's the more successful.
I don't know why.
But so-
Probably
yeah,
because
so-
I was on it, to be
So
honest
to
with you.
me,
I bet it's because
you've been on near enough everyone since then. It's gone downhill. So what have you done? What have you did?
What do you mean it's gone downhill?
Since that Nazi penis.
I've not brought it
You've
down.
not lived up to the Nazi penis.
What are you
You
saying,
know what I
Steve?
mean?
What are you saying?
I took him on because of Nazi penis stats. We've not hitting their numbers. No, I'm only joking.
Okay, like that, is it? Okay.
But I'm just thinking, if Dan ever does come back, we say, because we don't know what's happening with him. He says he wants to come on, but then doesn't come on. Yeah, and I might slag him off because he doesn't listen to this. I'm only joking, I won't do that. But if he ever does come back on, it will be called Nazi Penis Take 2 or something like that.
Where's he going to go?
I was thinking that, it's a bit tight, this room, isn't it? The new podcast room.
Yeah.
I think we'll find a room.
Well, I mean, you'd have to
room.
squeeze in the middle there.
There is room.
And just
And you get another...
stretch your mic over that way.
All three is fit in there.
Just make
won't
sure no one opens the door.
we? Yeah.
Let's-
We'd found a room, haven't we?
Yeah.
Be fine.
Squeeze him in.
And I'm thinking, rather than carrying a chair up and down stairs all the time, I'm thinking about buying you your own chair.
Okay.
Treating you to a chair.
Ah.
A little plastic one.
A deck chair.
I can't feel me bum.
Get a deck chair.
Yeah, deck chair, just pull it on.
I'll bring my own fold-out one. Camp chair.
They're alright, camp chairs, aren't they? Quite comfy. They're good for
It's
fishing.
got a place I can put my bottle in.
Well, I hope that answers the question, y'all people. And in regards to merch, I don't know what's going on. I've not even looked at merch, to be honest. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm trying to get through June and July because the numbers are down on June and July. Trying to get to August and then the listeners will go up again and then we'll start getting merch again. If that makes sense, doesn't it?
I think so.
There's no point trying to sell merch to no one listening.
You could always start getting the merch ready
Yeah, I suppose it's good.
and find some room.
But I'm also trying to save up to get a better kit for the podcast. It's expensive, isn't it?
It is. Hobbies are an expensive deal.
It is. We need money. Send money. If you're listening.
Send money now!
If you're in Dubai listening to this and you're rich,
Just send us some money.
just buy us.
Yes.
Just buy us.
Buy the show.
Buy the show and just support us. We need money.
Desperately.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good episode.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. Thanks for Ahku and Dana coming on. It was fantastic.
Brilliant.
Talk to them.
Brilliant.
Go and watch The Death of Us. It's available on Amazon. You can watch it now. It's only cheap as well. So I'm sure it's like $2.50 to rent, something like that. It's a bargain.
I think I might do that when I get in.
Just to like support it.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, we got like the director's edition basically, like before
Before it was
it got
released.
released to buy. And yeah, I actually feel like buying it myself just to support them.
Yeah. And see if there's anything different. Maybe there's been like any post-editing done since.
Yeah, yeah. I think there is because Jonas said there's like 4 edits, isn't there?
Alright, okay.
So like
It'd
there's
be
like the
interesting to see if there's
producers.
a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, that's all for us.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Ciao for now.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
TTFN.